Billy, since we've last talked, you've been involved in a play very much so, at the
Yeah,
Traverse, the Ballad of Crazy Paula.
yeah,
Did it go well?
it did. It went very well. Really enjoyable play to do. It's the first time I've ever done a two-hander where there's just two actors involved. So that was kind of a strange experience, but really good, you know. I think because one of the things I really enjoy about theatre is that, you know, there's like 10 actors doing a play and you're kind of all there together and you're watching other people's scenes and it's kind of really enjoyable. And I never really thought about it when I started the Ballad of Crazy Paula, that there's only the two of us. You know, if I'd thought about it more, I'd probably have been more worried about it. Like, am I actually going to get along with this other actor? You know, are our acting styles going to be, you know, be able to work together? But luckily, it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you've only got a few people you can trust then. I mean,
Yeah.
you've only got well, yourself primarily,
Uh-huh.
your other actor,
Yeah.
the writer, and the director.
Exactly. And the Traverse is a great theatre to work for, and I really love working for them because, for one thing, they only do new theatre. They they don't rehash plays that have been successes elsewhere or whatever. Like in the case of Crazy Paula, it it was a success in Belgium, where the writer's from, and subsequently it has been translated into a couple of other, but it's never been done in English. So it's really interesting that the Traverse only do that or plays that are completely new, which I've done for the Traverse a couple of times. So the writer is in the rehearsal room with the actors. So even though Arne Sierens, who wrote it, wasn't there, um, the translator was there the whole time. So it meant that there was the translator, director, assistant director, stage manager, and two actors in a room together, and it was just our job to kind of create this piece of theatre, and it was really intense, and I've never left the rehearsal room feeling so tired actually, because it was so kind of you didn't have that break to go out and do other things. You were just in this room the whole time, and it's such an intense play as well, real kind of deep emotions, a lot of kind of memories involved in this kind of war that these two characters have. So it was really intense, but a really enjoyable experience for
Yeah,
me.
I mean, in my past life when I worked in theatre as
Mhm,
a lighting
mhm.
designer,
Yep,
the
we worked together.
we did indeed. The thing that really you could always tell that the plays which were two-handers, and the one that
Uh-huh.
springs to mind is one whose name I can't remember, but it was a very, very, very intense play,
Yeah.
and it was kind of endgame. It was endgame,
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic,
and
fantastically.
and it was just and it was the kind of thing where like it was just so intense, and you could see usually after the plays, you know, you go out for a pint and just say that was a good day, that was good,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
and that.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing like that on a two-hander.
No.
It's like, well, you want to have a pint, but you don't want to have a pint because you're so tired,
Yeah,
and the
exactly. For the
actors,
audience as well,
yeah,
it's tiring.
yeah, because there's only that to concentrate on,
Yeah,
two
and
people
it's
to
yeah,
concentrate on.
and and this play is quite strange as well in that it's not like a normal play. You would expect a two-hander, especially when it's a male and a female, that they'll fight for a while and they get together at the end. And this play is not about that. It's about people who won't give up the past, and because of that, they can't live in the now.
Mm.
So I think it makes a lot of people question, you know, what they're thinking about in their lives.
And what was the feedback like
Um,
after it?
we get really really good feedback. For a play that is so difficult. It's not an easy play for the audience. It's not a comedy. There's no laughs in it. And the translator, Stephen Greenhorn, was, I think, very intelligent in not trying to put gags in there or not trying to make it what a British audience want to see now. He kept it very much a European piece of theatre, which sometimes can seem a bit harsh to audiences, I think, especially British audiences. But, you know, I think it, it stays with you longer, I think. It stays in your mind and you mull it over. if you don't make it too easy for the audience, and in this play it definitely doesn't. And the feedback I got, especially since coming back from the tour, from people who saw it 6, 7 weeks ago, they are now coming back with questions. What did that mean? What did this mean? And that's great, rather than it just being forgotten the day after. So I'm so glad I did it.
How was the tour?
It was great fun.
You went all around Scotland,
Yeah, we did, which I think is a really important thing as well. I think sometimes British theatre is too fixed in buildings, and I think a lot of people feel that way. So theatre companies like the Royal Shakespeare Company and the National and the Traverse now start to do tours. So even though they're not a touring company, at least once a year they take one of their productions and try to tour it, because not everyone can make it to London or make it to Glasgow to see these plays. So I think it's really important to try and we went right up to the Orkney Islands, which is just like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. I've never been before. It was amazing, and I actually went out surfing up there.
You surprised me. You surprised me.
But I took Stephen Greenhorn out as well.
Right.
Stephen Greenhorn is most famous for a play he wrote called Passing Places, which is about people surfing in Scotland. And he'd never surfed. So I thought, you have to get up here. So we went out in Orkney Islands, and it was freezing. And I just bought a new wetsuit, and I let Stephen have it, and it was a warm one. So I was in my cold spring one.
You were hard.
I was freezing. I've only just started to warm up, and that was 3 weeks ago.
There's a bit of Conley sketch about that, which we wouldn't go into.
Oh, I know exactly the one you're talking about. Very funny. But no, the tour was just great to be allowed to see these places, and then in the evening go on to do a play that you want to do is just, it's perfect life.
And you got to play the drums?
And I got to play I played them on my legs.
Did you?
Yeah, they didn't have a drum kit.
Oh, did you not?
Although we did have one in rehearsals.
Oh, right, so you can bat it all out.
So, yeah, I used to annoy people in rehearsals, I think. I always annoy people in rehearsals.
No, it's fine. You're a consummate professional. I've heard it too often to be told otherwise. Well, thanks very much for letting us know about how it went, and we'll talk to you later.
Oh, thanks a lot, Stuart.